So let's talk about transportation here at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. Now this is a Disney Vacation Club resort. It is located in the Disney Springs area, which means that you are walking distance from Disney Springs, which is so exciting. Actually, if you look out the window here, you can see you can kind of see Disney Springs. I'll show it to you right now, actually, give you a better idea of what to expect. So this is a great resort if you're planning a trip where maybe you want to have things a little bit more relaxed. You want to be able to walk over to Disney Springs. I think that it's a great option. I think of like a girls trip, you know, or a guy's trip where you're gonna go enjoy the dining, the entertainment that's over at Disney Springs. I feel like that would be a great option, but that's more of a review. We'll talk more about that in our review of this resort and this room. But right now I want to talk about transportation. So there are a number of different transportation options here at this resort to get around to different parts of the Walt Disney World Resort. First and foremost, we have bus transportation. Now, if you're gonna be going to the theme parks, you're gonna be primarily using bus transportation at this resort. You're gonna wander to one of the bus stops located here at this resort. There are different bus stops for every section of the resort. And then there you'll hop on a bus to wherever it is that you want to go. Now, we've done an entire video on bus transportation here at Walt Disney World. I will link that in the description so you can check it out. Of course, don't hesitate to wander around the channel and see what else we have going on. We have so much information that you want and need to know when it comes to planning and enjoying your Disney vacation. So keep an eye out for that. But like I said, check the description so you know how the buses work. Now here at this resort, because it's such a large resort, similar to Caribbean Beach or Old Key West, you're gonna have multiple stops along the route. So it's important to keep that in mind when you're planning your vacation. It's important to keep that in mind when you are getting to the parks. You're gonna need a little bit more time because it's gonna take you 15-20 minutes to just get out of this resort, depending on where you are in this resort. So that's something to keep in mind. It's something to plan for, but it's not a deal breaker. You're still gonna be able to get where you're going relatively quickly, so it's not a big deal. It's certainly not a reason to not stay at this resort. Now, you also have a really interesting form of transportation here, which is the boat. Now, depending on where you are, this boat is going to be more or less useful. This boat will get you to Disney Springs. Of course, some parts of this resort are so close to Disney Springs that they're walking distance, though you could probably walk from anywhere in this resort to Disney Springs. This boat transportation will also get you to the Springs, which is the lobby area. That's what that's called, the lobby area over here at Disney Springs. So if you're staying in an area like I am right now, Congress Park, and you want to go to the Springs, you don't want to walk uphill to get there, you can get on a boat to the Springs and it'll drop you off very much near the lobby. Just walk up a set of stairs and you're good to go. Now that boat transportation will get you elsewhere as well. You can take that boat to Old Key West, enjoy everything that they have over there. You can also take that boat to Port Orleans Riverside or French Quarter, and you can enjoy some of the dining and entertainment options that they have there as well. And there are a lot of options at both of those resorts. Both of those resorts are also really great places to wander around. So I definitely recommend that you do just that. Make your way over, have some beignets at the French Quarter, enjoy the live entertainment over at Riverside. There's a lot of fun stuff to do, so make your way over next time you have the chance. Now, before I move away from talking about the Disney transportation options to get out of the resort, we also have to keep in mind that depending on where you're staying at the resort, you can use the transportation to get to other parts of the resort. So for example, if I want to get to the Springs, the lobby area, and I don't want to take a boat, I can absolutely get on a bus here at Congress Park and then make my way up to the Springs and just get off there. So you can use the Disney transportation that would normally get you to the parks to get you around the resort as well. That's important to keep in mind if you're staying here. But outside of Disney transportation options, of course, you can bring your own car. You can use a rideshare. You can rent a car and park it here as well. There's plenty of parking at this resort, and more often than not, you can get parking very much nearby your room. So it's not the type of resort where you'll have to wander far to a parking lot in order to park the car and then wander all the way to your room. You can be parked just outside your room in some cases. So it's a really great option if you're going to be driving yourself, if you're going to be renting a car, whatever the case may be. But we have one more option to discuss, and that is walking. Now, we're always talking about how deluxe resorts tend to be really close to things. A lot of resorts are walking distance from some of the parks. This resort is walking distance from Disney Springs. So it's a really great way to enjoy everything that Disney Springs has to offer. And you can do that pretty easily by just wandering over. Again, you can take a bus to Congress Park, have a really quick walk over. You can also very easily take a boat from the springs and then float over to the dock over by Congress Park, which is where you get off to go to Disney Springs, and then you can walk a very short distance from there. So that's an option as well. But if you like to wander, you want to walk to Old Key West, for example, you can absolutely do that from Disney Springs. You can walk to the Treehouse Villas. It is a lengthy walk. We've done it before. It's a really nice walk if you want to just get out. If you're a runner, someone who likes to get their workout in, but you don't want to do it in the gym, you can easily do that here on a nice path, which I think is great. It's a nice way to enjoy your vacation if you like that sort of thing, if you want to wander around, which so many people who stay at Saratoga Springs enjoy that. They want to enjoy the walking, they want to enjoy the long walks through the resort because this is a big sprawling resort. So that's an option to keep in mind if you're going to be staying here as well. But with that said, I think we basically covered all of the transportation options that are available here at this resort. It's not a long list, and it's definitely not the best resort in terms of transportation, but just like any other Walt Disney World Resort hotel, it's in an ideal location if you want to be at Disney Springs and you have that free transportation, which gets you everywhere that you want to go without any hassle. It's air conditioned, it's nice. I think it's pretty great, even though it can be a bit time consuming. But of course, I'd love to know what you have to say, so tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Tell me if you've stayed here, what your thoughts are, what your experience was like, and tell me if you would stay here in the future. Would you plan a trip where you're just kind of hanging out in your room and enjoying Disney Springs, going to the parks just a couple times? Or are you someone who would rather stay in a resort that's more in the action? Tell me all about it in the comments. Also, before you go, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe so you can see more of what we're doing here. Not only are we bound to show you more of this resort in the future, but we're going all over the place. So if you're planning a Disney vacation, you want to see more of what Walt Disney World has to offer, make sure that you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. But that's all for now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.